What is up, guys? Welcome back to the channel. I am Ryan, and today we're going over hockey sticks. We're going over lie, flex, curve, hand, and how to tape it. Just pretty much everything you need to know. So I feel like the first thing we should go over is the different parts of your stick. So let's start off with your blade. When it comes to blades, they do have different parts to them. So here's the heel, and this is your toe. The shaft, which is all of this, and then your butt end. Once we tape it, there will be a knob, and of course, the blade will be taped too, which you will see, but we'll get into that later. Now would be a good time to go into what you're looking for when you buy a stick, like the flex and the curve and the lie. So this stick is a pro stock stick, which means it was made for the pros, but they didn't use it, so they resell it for cheaper. Pretty much you can get a high quality stick for less money. But here's the thing about the pro stock sticks. They don't say the lie, the flex, or anything like that on the stick. So my good friend Barry, let me borrow his. 1 second. All right. Thank you, Barry. You are amazing. So when you go to the store and you're looking to buy a stick, this is what you're looking for right here. Each stick will have the curve, the flex, and the lie. So let's start off with the easiest one, and that's if you play right-handed or left-handed. I play right-handed, which means I hold the stick this way, not this way. And because I hold it with my right hand down on the bottom, that means I'm right-handed. The curve turns to the right, you see? So, speaking of curve, this curve is a P92. I use a PM9. And what that is how much the curve on the stick actually is. There's ones that are fat hooks, and there's ones that are more straight. Personally, I like the ones more straight. The reason that there's just not a one curve fits all is because different players like different things. If you get more of a hook on your shot, then it'll be a little bit easier to lift the puck, which is great for when you're close in front of the net, compared to when your blade is more flat. Then it's a little bit harder to, and it's great for farther shots. But once you've been playing for a long time, it's just what you prefer and what you get used to. Next is the flex of your stick. This one's an 87, and so is mine. Actually, let me just grab my stick again. Much better. So the flex of your stick is pretty much what it says is flex. So it's how much your stick flex when you go to shoot it. The higher the number, so this is an 87, the higher the number, the harder it is, the higher the number, the harder it is to flex your stick. And what the numbers mean is how much pounds of pressure you have to put on your stick for it to bend. Why is this important? Because when you shoot the puck, your stick will flex like this, so you're shooting, and then when you release it, it'll snap back into place, propelling the puck forward to give you a much harder shot. While we're on the topic of flex, let's go over the different kick points that different sticks have. There's really 3 different kinds. The one I have is a mid kick point, but there's pretty much low, mid, and then high kick point. So the difference between these is the low kick point is supposed to give you a quick shot, it's supposed to be fast and right on it. The high kick point is supposed to be one that really loads up your shot, which is great for slap shots and when you just want to dig in and get all that power that you can. And then the mid kick point, which is what I like, is somewhere in between. It's a nice balance, and this is the one I would recommend, but it's personal preference. So continuing on to the lie, and this one, a lot of people still don't even know what this means. And personally, I didn't know for like 6-7 years of playing hockey. So what the lie is, it's this angle right here. It's where the blade and stick connect, which is the angle of it. So for example, so these curves, the lies are not exactly the same. This one's a 6. I think mine is a 5 if I remember correctly. But you see they're lined up perfectly. But this one, it's slightly higher. So the angle is just a little bit different. And it's really just for your height. And a lot of times, it just depends what curve you have, and that will come with the lie. The only way to really change that is if you get a custom stick. So it's not that important, but it's still something that's nice to know. Those are pretty much the details of your stick that you're looking for when you're buying one. So let's go over how to tape your stick now. Whenever I start with a new stick, I always start with the top and do the knob first. This takes up the most tape. So make sure you have hockey tape. And I use a pair of scissors. I can rip it, all right? Don't hate on me. I just prefer scissors. There is a trick to this. Put it between your legs. Makes it easier to hold while you're taping. If I can find the end of the tape. I got it. So what I do is I'll start off, just rip a little piece, put it over the top, not like that, but just like that. This way, when you're playing, your butt end won't pop off, because it happens and you lose it and it sucks, because you're supposed to have them when you play. It's actually like against the rules because it's a safety hazard, is from what I was told. So make sure you have one, even though I've never gotten in trouble. So next, get your tape, put it on the top. I put it on the butt end too, and then just go around. I like to move the stick around instead of taking the tape around, because this way you can just keep the tape in one spot and just keep going around. So do that until it's about a good size that you prefer. Personally, for me, I would say that's good. Here, see a little bit closer. It's kind of big, not too thick. So from here, you pretty much have multiple options. Again, there's a lot of preference when you're taping your own stick. So what I like to do is just the knob. So I will tape just a little bit down, like below it. So this way all the tape stays in place. And then once I get all the way around, get my scissors and just a nice, I can do it, there we go. A nice cut, push that down, and then make sure you grab it and like push all of it in, because it needs to compact. And when you're playing, it will, but it's best to get it started now. So like I was saying with the options, is you don't have to cut it here. You can keep going around and down really just as far as you want. It's a good way to get grip, but I have played like this for years with just a knob, and that's what I'm used to, and that's what I like. For example, berry stick, boom, look at that. All the way down, some grip, and look at, there's even a little knob on the bottom. This way it helps your hand stay in place, you know? Also, the point of the knob is when you're playing, your hand won't slip off. It'll help keep it in place. Next, the blade. There is a million ways you can tape your blade. For example, this one is berries. As you can see, it's from the heel to the toe, but it stops before the toe. This one's Austin's, and you can see he goes from middle to full toe, which means that the toe is completely covered. On mine, I go from heel to full toe. So my whole entire blade is taped. That's how I like it. So I do heel to full toe, and this way I can show you how I tape it. It's pretty much, everyone has their own way of doing it, but this is how I like it. The tape, stop falling. The tape does give your stick some extra grip. I start from right here, go around the top, and then a lot of people will start like that, so that way it stays in place, but I'm a weirdo, so I start from there, and I kind of just overlap. Again, this is personal preference. You can have it super close, super spread out. From my experience, whenever I have it super close, it's barely softer, but not enough to make a difference. But what you can tell a difference of is the weight. When you put a ton of tape, whew, your stick gets heavy, and I don't like holding a heavy stick, all right? Again, you can see that I am flipping my stick around and keeping the tape in one spot. It will take some practice because your blade does curve, so you have to angle it just right up top, so it's a little bit thicker at the top than it is at the bottom. This way, when you go to the front, it'll lay down nice and neat. But like I said, just a little bit. If you do too much, it'll be all over the place. All right, here we are. We are at the toe. And if you want to do a full toe, this is how you do it, and this is why you need scissors. So make sure you go off just a little bit, pinch it, and then line it up where you want it. Push down with your thumb. I do a little pull like that so it gets as close to the stick and tight as possible. And then you do the same to this side, and you keep doing that until you get to the end. So go over, see it's still overlapped right here. Here's the thing, is when you move it, you have to pinch it where that was at last, at least. Because if not, that happens. That was bad. There we go. Much better. Boom, right there. Look at that. And then the same to this side. Get your scissors. So you're left with this monstrosity. So you're left with this monstrosity right here. So pretty much get your hand just back and forth all the way through. This will get it as close to the blade and as tight as possible so you don't have any just pieces hanging off. Once you're done with that, get your handy dandy scissors, trim away. I will usually get it as close to the bottom. I don't know why, but it just makes everything so much easier. And just very slowly just chip at it all the way around. So it won't be perfect. You'll come up with nicks and you'll have this little like lip around. You can always just go back through and it's spit everywhere. Ew, that was disgusting. But you can go back through and just clean it up a bit. Doesn't have to be perfect because it's gonna get messed up when you play anyways. So just make it all nice and neat. Make sure you get your tape and push it down all the way so it's nice and even all the way throughout your stick. With roller hockey, what you wanna do is just on the ground, preferably at the rink, just back and forth as hard as you can because this way it'll wear down the tape and it'll slide better. And do the same with your toe, just a quick like back and forth and yeah, you know, figure it out. But with ice, it's a little different. With ice, it's a frictionless surface. So that means it slides easy and you don't have to grind down the bottom of the tape to make it smooth. So grab some stick wax because when you're playing ice, the ice will build up on your stick and this will help prevent that. Also, this stuff will give you more grip too. So just pretty much grab it and just go around your stick. Same thing with the backside too. So that's pretty much all you need to know when it comes to your hockey stick. If you're just starting to play, I hope this video helped you out. So when people are talking about hockey sticks, you know what everything means. And this gets you to the rink and play because that's what I want. I just want hockey to grow and become a great sport because it helped me out as a kid and probably saved my life. Thank you all so much for watching. If you found this video helpful and you liked it, please smash that like button because it really does help me out and helps me grow. Also hit that subscribe button and ring the bell so this way you get notified with any new videos so you don't miss anything because I'm gonna have a lot of content coming out. I'm gonna try to do this as long as I can and help every single one of you guys out and entertain every single one of you. So please comment if I missed anything at all of your hockey stick because I'm not perfect and I'm sure I missed something. All right, I'll see you guys later. Peace.